Now we're going to look at factorial notation. If we have 5 factorial, that's 5 with an exclamation mark after it. That means 5 times 4 times 3 times 2 times 1. 3 factorial is 3 times 2 times 1. And we can use factorials to find something in Pascal's triangle. So we don't have to write out the entire triangle every time. If we want the 7th line and the 3rd one in, we can use this NCR to find it. Let me just show you some buttons on the calculator. So the factorial button looks like an exclamation mark. So it's above the power of -1 on this calculator. So 5 factorial, press equals. So it's done 5 times 4 times 3 times 2 times 1, and that's 120. I wanted 7 factorial, that's 5040. There's also an NCR button on the calculator, which is shift divide on this calculator. So NCR, you can say N choose R, NCR, or NR, one over the top of the other one in a bracket, is equal to N factorial over R factorial times N minus R factorial. So N is the power we're looking at. If we've got A plus B to the power of 5, N is going to be 5. And then NC0 will be the first one. So this is 5C0. This one is 5C1, 5C2, 5 choose 3, 5 choose 4, and 5 choose 5. So we can generate the line of the Pascal's triangle using NCR. So if I was using this rule, so if I wanted to generate the 5th line, it'd be 5C0. So it'd be 5 factorial over 0 factorial. Just to note, 0 factorial is 1. 0 factorial is defined as always being 1 over 5 minus 0. So 5 factorial over 0 factorial times 5 minus 0 factorial, which is 5 factorial over 5 factorial, so it must be 1. For 5C1, the second one, it'll be 5 factorial over 1 factorial times 5 minus 1, which would be 4 factorial. So 5 times 4 times 3 times 2 times 1 divided by 4 times 3 times 2 times 1 is just going to be 5. So on a calculator, to generate this line, 5C0, so 5C0, that's 1, then 5, 10, 10, 5, and then 1 again. So we've got a question here. Work out 15 choose 2. We can use either the button on the calculator, or we can substitute into here, which is what the calculator will be doing. I'll do it the long way because you might need to be able to use this, but of course we can just type it in the calculator and get the answer. So n is 15, so 15 factorial over r, which is 2, 2 factorial times n minus r, 15 minus 2 is 13. So I've got 15 factorial over 2 factorial times 13 factorial. I could type it in the calculator. I know 15 factorial means 15 times 14 times 13 and so on. 13 factorial is 13 times 12 times 11 and so on. So if I cancel these two out, If I divide 15 factorial by 13 factorial, I'm just left with the 15 times 14, because the 13, the 12, the 11, the 10, and so on all cancel out. 2 factorial is 2, so I've got 15 times 14 divided by 2. That's the same as 15 times 7, so it will be 105. And I can check on the calculator. 15, choose 2, 105. 18, choose 3. Again, I'm going to do it without the calculator. So that's 18 factorial. That's n. R is 3. So 18 factorial over 3 factorial times n minus r. 18 minus 3, that's 15. So simplifying this, so 18 factorial divided by 15 factorial. So the 15, the 14, the 13, the 12, the 11, and so on are all going to cancel out. So we're going to be left with 18 times 17 times 16 divided by 3 times 2 times 1, which is 6. This one is going to be difficult to do without a calculator. Should I try? So 18 over 6 can cancel to make a 3. 3 times 17 times 16, I'm just going to type it in, unfortunately, is 816. And again, we can check on the calculator. 18, choose 3, 816. 11, choose 7. So that's 11 factorial over 7 factorial times 11 minus 7, which is 4 factorial. So cancel out the 11 and the 7. So the 7 times 6 times 5 times 4 times 3 times 2 times 1 cancels out. And that leaves 11 times 10 times 9 times 8 over 4 times 3 times 2 times 1. Can we do this one without a calculator? Let's give it a go. So divide top and bottom by 3. Divide top and bottom by 4. And divide top and bottom by 2. So we've got 11 times 10 times 3 on top. 11 times 10 is 110 times 3, 330. And again, I'm going to check it on the calculator. 11, choose 7, 330. 3 for you to try. Give them a go. So our first one, we'll try and do them without a calculator. 10, choose 4. So 10 factorial over 4 factorial times 10 minus 4, which is 6 factorial. So if I cancel the 6 times 5 times 4 times 3 times 2 times 1, that's going to leave me with 10 times 9 times 8 times 7 on top, divided by 4 times 3 times 2 times 1. I'm going to divide top and bottom by 4, top and bottom by 3, and top and bottom by 2. So I'm left with 10 times 3 times 7. So 30 times 7 is 210. And check on the calculator. It was 10, choose 4, 210. 12, choose 10. 12 factorial over 10 factorial times 2 factorial. The cancel, divide by 10 factorial. So that leaves 12 times 11 on top, and it's just divided by 2. That's the same as 6 times 11, which is 66. 12, choose 2, 66. And finally, 9, choose 3, 9 factorial over 3 factorial times 6 factorial. Divide by 6 factorial, so 9 times 8 times 7 over 3 times 2 times 1. Let's divide by 3. Divide by 2. That leaves us with 3 times 4 times 7. 12 sevens. That's 84. 9 choose 3. 84. This time we've got given that 45 choose 11 is equal to 45 factorial over 11 factorial times a factorial. What is a? So we just look at our formula, which is given to us in the formula book. What is a? So we've got n factorial on top over r factorial times n minus r factorial. So a is just n minus r, which is 45 minus 11, which is 34. One for you to try. Find the value of p. So this is different notation, but it means the same thing. So this is 20 choose p. So we know n is p, r is, no, 20 is n, r is p, and n minus r is 13. So 20 minus r equals 13, or 20 minus p even, equals 13. P must be 7.